Hey guys, it's Digidude22 and I'm logging in. Guys, I've been over this already. Don't interrupt me. This is the heavily edited episode of Let's Play Megaman. There were just so much fails in this that I couldn't really keep much of anything in it. Anyways, we're gonna start off by showing off stage 4 of Wily's fortress. And we're gonna make some head ground into here. I don't know what happened in here, but this usually always happens to me. That piece of energy, you can pick it up by creating platforms with a magnet beam just to get it, but I don't need any of it. Off screen, I just came back from a game over, so none of my powers really need it. And why is Wily so obsessed with Guts, man? Look at all those statues of him. Okay. Now, you need to keep every single one of your lives in this stage. And I'll get more into that later. But for right now, I think it's time to die. Yep. So, I'll see you when we get back there. Right, so down here we've got an extra life and something that looks like a shuriken. I don't exactly remember what that thing that looks like a shuriken is called, but it's what it does. If you collect it, it will restore all of your life and all of your weapon energy to maximum. And it is useful, but I've already got practically full health, and it really will come in handy. Doesn't sound like a bad idea, really. I mean, free restoration of all powers and life. Why not? If Wily's gonna be so nice to us, that's a good thing. What could this little machine be? Well, it's a teleporter. And now we have to face off against the rest of the bosses. Thankfully, Elec Man is not part of them. Now, what you have to do is you have to take as little damage from Bomb Man as you can, because you've got Fireman up next, and his Firestorm is practically undodgeable. Whew, okay, I can deal with that. Because after the flames comes the ice. He'll die in 3 hits to his weak point. Unfortunately, I took a couple of hits from him. And that's what's gonna be my downfall. Because here we get Gutsy. Called it. And if you die on any of them after Bomb Man, then you start right back at the beginning. You have to fight everyone all over again. This is actually pretty frustrating. especially with Fireman and Gutsman. In later games, in the robot rematch, they will drop health for you. But not in this one. I guess this was Capcom's big idea of a huge challenge at the time. So we just have to hope for the best. Especially against Fireman. He's probably the hardest one. Yeah. Elec Man may be the spaz, but Fireman is the most powerful in terms of attack. Plus he has access to a rapid fire. There, that's how you're supposed to deal with Gutsy. Okay. So, a pat on the back for getting past the last 4 of the bosses. Or the first 4 bosses, rather. And there's one last gate here. And we'll see Wily's UFO turn into a big mecha. Well, no, that's not a mecha. It's just a giant capsule machine. And the first form is practically... The first form is extremely easy to get past. Because the Firestorm, when you use it, has a shield that goes around you. And it will damage enemies. So if you can damage Wily multiple times with the shield, then yeah, it's just like that. Now, for whatever reason, in Form 2, I always thought that the Electric Beam is his weak point weapon. But it is doing damage, but it's not really doing much of anything to him, really. Plus the fact that he's shooting out heat-seeking energy orbs at you, which are always attracted to you. Then, Last Life. Oh boy, better make this one count. But I've been watching something called Game Center CX. And thanks a bunch, Anon, for getting me hooked into that. I heard him talking about it in one of his Hero of Dreams videos. And I've been watching that show on and off ever since, so yeah. It's about retro gaming. See you back at Wily. That was a bit faster than expected. I wasn't planning on reaching Wily so quickly. Okay. Well, the boss guys did give me a bit of a challenge, as we can see there. Not enough life to fight Wily with that little amount. Oh well. We've got 2 more shots at this. So the Wily capsule, it will be featured in many more Mega Man games to come. And the reason for thinking the the Electric Beam, is his weak point is, well, in one of the future games that I won't be doing up for a while, in a certain scene the color of Megaman sort of hints at something like what the electric beam looks like. Oh well. But yeah, Game Center CX. It's a show where one guy goes and challenges himself through the best of the best. And come on, we've got him. How cheap was that? Fine, Wily, you win this round. And if you get a game over against Wily, we start back here. Right, so after about half an hour's worth of footage that got cut, let's just die to Wily again. We've got all of our lives ready to go. There's someone waiting for us here. I like to call it the ending. And so, first form of Wily is the area that you're trying to target is the gun. Then once the cover blows off on him, he'll start shooting out the heat-seeking energy balls, and you're targeting the red jewel up in the front area. But yeah, this electric beam, it doesn't really seem to be working that well. And even if you stand under the machine, he'll just change the direction of his shots. Now for this form, you can actually get away by standing underneath the gun. And on occasion it'll go, the shot will go above you. And yeah, I kinda figured that, okay, the electric beam shoots upward as well. Why not stand underneath it and fire him from there? And this is down to the wire. This is the last life I've got. This looks like a familiar situation that I've gotten myself into. And so, with another familiar situation comes another familiar glitch that doesn't work on Wily. Yes, it looks like it's hitting him multiple times, but no, it doesn't do anything to him. So, pretty soon now, I'm gonna be switching weapons without even noticing. And I was like, wait, what? The cutter? The cutter? How does the cutter beat him? Okay. That's fine and all, it's just... Okay, we beat Wily. And I didn't even notice that that was his weak point. All that time, I thought it was the electric beam. Okay. Now, for everyone's ears, I have decided to mute this part of the ending credits. I will have the ending credits theme playing over this, however, but the recording from the capture card was just way too screechy, and oh, the quality was quite terrible, and I did not have any means of or ways of fixing it. But yeah, Megaman was cool. Oh, Tampon was a character designer. So was NF King. Hey, that name looks familiar. But the whole Megaman series has been fun for me. It's quite enjoyable, and this is one of the shortest ending credits that I've seen in quite a while. I do have a holiday project coming up, but this has been presented by Capcom. This has been Megaman, and I'm Digidude22. I'm logging out now, and until next time, I'll catch you later. Keep it digital, and thanks for enjoying this project.